Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online.
Good day, boys and girls. Welcome to My Zone Online School. I am Teacher Hartung, and our theme this week is a clean environment, floating and sinking. Now, before we start our lesson today, we need to sanitize. Now, remember, boys and girls, if you don't have any sanitizer, you can always wash your hands with soap and water. Now that we are nice and clean, let's see what today's lesson is all about. Today we will do vocabulary, sight words, and computation. Let's start this part of our lesson on page 20. Now here we are going to do vocabulary. It says, read the vocabulary words. Now let's quickly read the words. You will see there you also have some pictures. These vocabulary words are above, under, float, water, and sink. Let's see one more time. Let's read them one more time. Above, under, float, water, sink. All right. Then it says, fill in the missing letters. So you have to go ahead and look at the vocabulary words, and then you have to look at which letters are missing. And then you have to go ahead and write them in. All right. Now remember, boys and girls, your vocabulary words are above, under, float, water, and sink. So you have to have a good look at these words and the missing letters, and then once you found all the missing letters, you go ahead and you write it in. Now let's quickly look at the next part, which is search the vocabulary words. Now there you see you have a word search. All right, and the vocabulary words that you need to find are above, under, float, water, and sink. Now on the board we have a piece of the crossword. So here you will see there's one word under and another word water. And if you look carefully, you will see that we found the word under already. Now remember, boys and girls, when you do a word search and you found the word, you need to make sure that you scratch it out or cross it out before you move on to the next word. All right. Now let's try and find the word water. Remember, we have to look for the first letter of the word first. So let's find a W. We have a W over here. Do we have an A next to it? No. Do we have an A below? No. Do we have an A across? No. No A. Let's continue the search further. Remember, we are looking for the letter W. Oh, there we have another letter W. Now let's try and find the second letter A. It's right next to it. And then if you look further, you will see there you have the entire or the whole word water. So now we go ahead and we circle it in the crossword. And now that we know we found it, we can go ahead and we can cross out the word water. All right. Now everyone, you need to go ahead and do this with all the other vocabulary words that you have on top of your page. But before you go ahead to do that, let's quickly turn our booklets to page 21 to see what we have to do there. Now on page 21, we are doing sight words. Now you will see there you have 3 sight words. Let's read the 3 sight words. The first one is little, where, and down. Remember, little, where, and down. Now just below the sight words you will see there's one part where you have to trace it. Can you see where you have to trace all the words? Good job everyone. And then right next to it you have to go ahead and write it. Okay. Now let's quickly go ahead and trace the first word. Now remember boys and girls, when we trace, you need to make sure that you write the word on the dotted lines. So here you will start on top and bring it down, and then you do your E also down. Remember to dot your E on top. All right. Then we move on to the T, and then we turn and we cross the T. There's another T and we cross the T. And then we have an L all the way from the top down. And oops, the last one is our E. And we are done tracing the word little. Now you have to go ahead and trace all the other words, the word where and the word down as well. And when you are done tracing your words, you have to go ahead and write in the word little, the word where, and the word down in the spaces provided on your booklet. All right. Now let's look at the next part of this question. It says in the block that you have to find and circle the sight words. Now remember everyone, your sight words are little, where, and down. Now I want you to go ahead on your own and find the words little, where, and down. And once you found all the words, you need to go ahead and circle each word. And then the next part says you have to read each sentence and then circle the sight words. Remember, you first have to read each sentence and then you go ahead and circle the sight words. Now let's quickly read the sentences. Number 1, I have a little sister. Number 2, where are you going? And number 3, we can look down. Now I want you to go ahead and try to find all the sight words on your own, and then you go ahead and circle them. And then in the last part of the activity, it says you have to choose 2 sight words and write your own sentences. Remember, you choose only 2 sight words. Now on the board, I chose 2 sight words to make 1 sentence. but you can go ahead and make one sentence for each sight word. Now let's quickly look at my sentence. It reads, where did the little girl go? Can you tell me which sight words I used in my sentence? Good job, everyone. The first one is the word where. And what is the second word? It's the word little. Great job, everyone. So, the sentence is, where did the little girl go? Now remember, our sentences, they always start with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop. But now you will see this one, it is a question, so we end the sentence with a question mark. All right. Now I want you to go ahead and try to make your own sentences. Don't forget, you have to use 2 of the sight words. Have fun, everyone. I'm going to see you after this ad break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Let's start this part of our lesson on page 22. Now here you will see we are doing computation. Now it says fill in the missing numbers. Now you will see, if you have a good look at all the sums, you will see that here we are going to do some addition. So you will see that there's the first number and then you plus a blank space and then you have your answer. So we have to go ahead and figure out how much we have to add to the first number in order to get to that answer. So you know what we can do is we can just count on. Now on the board I wrote down a few examples that I want us to go ahead and do together. Now it says 8 plus blank space is equal to 11. Now how much do we have to add to 8 to get to 11? Now let's go ahead and count. Remember, we start or count after 8. So then we say 9, 10, 11. Right. And how many lines do we have? 1, 2, 3. So now we can go ahead and say 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. All right. Let's try it with the next sum. 5 plus a blank space is equal to 12. Now remember, we have to go ahead and count again. Let's count. So we say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Now how many little lines did we draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we go ahead and we say 5 plus 7 equals 12. Let's try one more sum together. 4 plus blank space equals 9. And remember, what should we do now? We have to count on. So we say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we see how many lines did we count in order to get to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we go ahead and we say 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. All right. Now everyone, you can go ahead and do this with all the other sums there on your page. Now remember, if you are not sure, you can always go ahead and count again, or you can ask a grown-up for help. But remember, boys and girls, I want you to try and do this on your own first. All right, I'm going to leave you to it, and I will see you shortly after this break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 10 different languages.
We have come to the end of today's lesson. Now everyone, before we say goodbye, we need to sanitize. So let's make sure we put enough sanitizer on our hands, and then we make sure we rub it in, and then we wait for our hands to dry before we touch anything. Now boys and girls, before I go, my friend Zoshi promised me that he'll come say bye with me. Now oh, there you are, Zoshi. Thank you so much for coming by today. So will you help me say goodbye to our friends today? All right. Now have fun, everyone, and stay safe. So from Zoshi and I, it's goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.